a file, which is annoying. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see here. Yeah, I can't. Interesting. All right, well, tomorrow I'm going to see. Oh, shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, we'll do something different. I'm trying to actually see. Hey, guys, I'm trying to actually play around with this, and I was going to save a copy of the show, but if I do 4K, it's too big. Tomorrow, actually, Amanda or somebody remind me for tomorrow, not tomorrow, for Monday, that, yeah, language, exactly. Remind me Monday that I want to try streaming 4K, but not saving a copy on my hard drive. I'll know what that means. But remind me on Monday to try to stream 4K. I want to see if I can stream higher quality. I don't know, with my phone to YouTube and everything else. I might be able to. Right now I'm using 1080p, and I'm going to save a copy on my computer and possibly upload it instead, like on YouTube afterwards, but it may be too big. Yeah, it's going to be 4 gigs is too much. Well, the only thing is, what I'm curious about is I possibly could have saved, I could have possibly streamed this as 4K. And we're going to try, Monday, let's try streaming 4K on Monday and see what happens. Just remind me on Monday, Amanda or somebody send me a note, send me a text maybe or whatever. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Let me get rolling here. Instagram, go live. Go live. There we go. All right. Instagram is good. Let me now get Substack. Actually, I want to look first and see on Facebook, although I think I already get Facebook comments. I do. Yes, this is live to the public. Okay, Facebook, I'm okay. All right, let me go to Substack. That's Mary. I don't want Mary Trump. I want John Aravosis live. Oh, it's going to do this to me again. It's going to do this to me again. Where's my live on Substack? Hello. Hello. Yep, it's hiding me again. Oh, my God. I can't find my own. Here it is. Oh, my God. Substack is so bad. Hey, Substackers. So bad sometimes the way this thing is designed. It's just hard to find stuff sometimes. All right, there we go. Now I found you guys. Okay. All righty. Okay, 3 of you are on. That's good. All right, you guys are good. Okay, copacetic. Let me get live on TikTok, and we are good. Whew. Whew. Crazy morning or afternoon or evening, whatever it is. All right. TikTok is live. All right, now we can calm down. Everything's working. Everything's working. La, 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 la. Good afternoon, everybody. Woo. The tech stuff it works, but the tech stuff is hard sometimes because I'm trying to juggle so many different things. Have I got enough buffer space on my phone? Who the hell knows? Who knows? Yeah. No, the problem is 1080p still streams a really poor quality stream. Hey, TikTokers, still streams a really poor quality stream when I stream to YouTube using this service. So I'm using my phone to see if the quality is going to be better. And Monday, I'm going to see if I can stream 4K to YouTube, etc., because maybe I can. I don't know if I can, but maybe I can. Anyway, hello, everybody. Happy Friday, all. Yeah, I'm going to have to just get the tech stuff out. Once I get worrying about the tech stuff, I get like so, I get too worried about it, and then it confuses me. Anyway. Yep. That's true. Yeah, the modding, it is true, though. If you're modding a lot of things, it's kind of the same thing. Now, I could do this. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't see that. I could put that wide. Here's the question. The comments, I think, look too goofy wide like that on YouTube, don't they? Should I leave them tall? I think wide looks weird. Wide just kind of goes over too far. Yeah, I think so. We'll leave them like that. Hey, Jennifer, over on Facebook. All right, guys, welcome. All right, I'm going to stop screwing around with my tech stuff. Everything's fine. Hopefully the sound is good for everybody. Welcome, guys. John Aravosis here, Aravosis Report. We are going to talk about the latest news. There's some late-breaking news. Oh, God. Every day with these. This is not a surprise. People voted for this, and what a surprise. Every day is exhausting with these people. Every day is exhausting. It's just, oh, you thought wide looked better? Like that? The only problem is all it does is throw it in the middle of the screen, unless you guys think it's better. All right, give me a last feedback on YouTube while I'm talking as to whether that's better or where it should go back to where it was. All right, guys. So tomorrow I've got my coffee talk. Remember, coffee talk for TikTokers. All the paid monthly subscribers, I do a special show most Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Luis. Gracias, señor. I do a special show tall is better. Wait. Yeah, I was going to say, I think tall is better. Oh, no, I do big and tall is what I do. Yeah, I think tall is better because otherwise it throws it in the middle. Yeah, I do think tall is better. Yeah, I think tall is better. Sorry, guys, we're playing with comments. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time U.S., join me on TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Substack, etc. For the paid monthly subscribers. I do a special show for you guys to thank you. We hang out. It's fun. Just a hangout. It's a hangout. It's a live, kind of I'd say ask me anything, although people don't really ask me stuff. It's just kind of a hangout thing. So, you know. Otherwise, let's get rolling, guys. Please keep the gifts coming up. I can see my stuff here today. That's been hiding for days for me. Please keep the gifts coming. I very much appreciate your support. Let's get rolling here. All right? We're good now. We're done with tech. We can get rolling. The beginning of my show is always tech. I mean, we always are figuring out the tech and saying hi to everybody. You know, we do serious stuff. I think I mean, I could always try it. I always worry if I like jump into the scary stuff in the first second. It's like, you know, Pentagon chaos, which actually is the story tonight, the lead story. Chaos at the Pentagon because we now live in North Korea. So get this. Trump is now trying to destroy Anthropic. Anthropic is the wonderful AI company in America that created Claude. Claude is one of the great AI AI bots like ChatGPT, etc. Claude is one of them. Trump is now trying to literally destroy the company. This is insane, guys. Again, if you were working for the Russians, this is something you might do. As an American president, this is insane. He issued an executive order to destroy Anthropic completely as a company in America. I mean, it boggles. We are in a competition with the Chinese for AI, and Trump wants to destroy now one of the best companies we've got. Why? Because they wouldn't let him mass surveil American citizens. Trump wanted to do mass surveillance on American citizens. Anthropic said no. Trump wanted to use their AI to create autonomous war bots. Basically, war machines that could go to war whenever they want. They could fire whenever they want. They could fire at whatever they want. It would create the Whopper robot from war games that would be able to just go to war on its own. AI, Claude said no. Terminator, it's war games. AI, Claude said no. Because of their rules, they've got certain ethical safeguards built into the technology they sell, and they said, we will not allow our technology. Here, check this out, guys. Trump is issuing an executive order to destroy Anthropic tonight, okay? To destroy this top American AI company. Let me tell you why Trump is now trying to destroy them. Thank you, Big Hawk. He's pretty much banned every business from America that does business with the government from doing business with Anthropic, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. It might be illegal. Hopefully it goes to court and it gets struck down. Why is Trump trying to destroy them? Because, again, Anthropic said you cannot use the Pentagon cannot use Anthropic's AI technology, Claude, to mass spy on American citizens. Why is the Pentagon planning on spying on American citizens? I mean, no, this is serious stuff here, guys. What Trump admitted here, the Pentagon does not spy on American citizens. First of all, the Pentagon shouldn't be spying at all. It's the fucking Pentagon, right? They should be fighting wars. They shouldn't be spying. The CIA spies. The Pentagon doesn't spy, first of all, okay? So, like, what the hell is the Pentagon doing spying when it shouldn't be spying? Second of all, what is he doing where the Pentagon is going to be mass spying on American citizens? Are you kidding me? So A, they shouldn't be spying at all. B, it's not their job to be targeting. We are not the enemy. And not just spying on American citizens. They were blocked from mass spying. It wasn't spying overall that was the problem, which is still really creepy. Like why the Pentagon is spying on American citizens, I don't know under Donald Trump. But that wasn't even the problem. The problem was mass spying, mass surveillance of American citizens, that the Pentagon would start looking at us across the board, every American potentially, as a military threat. They would start spying on every single one of us. And Anthropic said no. The second reason Trump is now trying to destroy Anthropic is because Trump apparently wanted to. Anthropic said, you cannot use our technology to create autonomous war machines. to create something like the Terminator, to create something like War Games, where the robot took over and launched a nuclear war because it thought it would be best for the world. Anthropic said, no, our technology cannot be used for that. So Trump said, you will either let us do it or we will destroy you. Anthropic said no. The deadline was 5 o'clock today, Eastern time. Anthropic said no. Hegseth just issued a statement that they are going to destroy Anthropic. Trump said, we're no longer using Anthropic, 6 months to unravel. The Pentagon, by the way, the experts say that Anthropic's Claude is like the best thing ever for the Pentagon. There's no one else to replace. It is so intricately woven into the fabric of the Pentagon that removing it's going to be living hell. There's no other AI company that can do what Claude does in terms of working with the Pentagon, according to the experts. So Trump has totally screwed up our defense preparedness here. We are less safe as a country now because of what Trump just did. But also, the executive order Trump is issuing says that any company that does business with Anthropic will lose its government contracts. This is something Trump did to the law firms, and he lost in court. But he went to the law firms and he said, if you've worked with Democrats, we're going to take away all your government contracts. And now he's doing it with Anthropic. He is trying to get every company that deals with Anthropic to drop them so that Anthropic will go out of business. Guys, they're one of our top AI companies, and Trump is now trying to... Can he do it? I mean, he's doing it. They're going to go to court to try to stop him. And they can probably stop him if they go to court, hopefully. They should be able to. But the danger here, guys, these guys think they live in North Korea. They think this is a communist country. It always makes me laugh when these guys accuse Democrats of being communists and socialists. I got news for you. We've got some communists and socialists in terms of mentality of nationalizing industries in this country, of the government pushing around the citizenry, of the government spying on its citizens, of the government thinking it should run private corporations, of the government thinking it should take ownership of private corporations. Thank you, Marshall. But it's not the Democratic Party doing that. It's the Republican Party now. The Republican Party now is taking over American corporations. Again, the whole reason this is happening with Anthropic is Trump wanted to use Anthropic to mass spy, for the Pentagon to mass spy on American citizens. Communism is absolutely a dictatorship. Let's not even get into this bullshit discussion on communism, or you can leave. Because seriously, you're hitting on a topic that I happen to be an expert on, because this is what I did in graduate school and what I've been doing the last 40 years. My specialty in graduate school was the frickin' Soviet Union. So don't even get talking about communism. There wasn't a single communist country in the existence of the world that did good. Cuba, communist dictatorship. North Korea, communist dictatorship. Soviet Union, communist dictatorship. China, communist dictatorship. Albania, communist dictatorship. Eastern Europe, communist dictatorship. Again and again and again and again. There wasn't a single one that was benevolent. That was the communist dictatorship where they said, we're going to be nice to our people. We're going to have human rights and civil rights. We just believe the means of production should be owned by the state. But we're going to be totally nice to everybody. We're not going to... Why did they have... Every single one had a dictatorship. Every single one. Socialism, different story. You can talk about socialism and you can talk about and don't get into this cute little thing of the Soviets weren't really communists, they were really socialists. We all know what we're talking about. Socialism in Europe, fine. Right? Social Democrats in America, whatever. Not my cup of tea. It's not the same thing. Soviet Union, they were going for communism. And every single country that went for something akin to communism became a horrific dictatorship that attacked their own people and murdered millions of their own citizens. Like I said, don't even get me started on this one because I know this one. No, because this is a topic I know. And when people like to pull that bullshit, don't say communism's a dictatorship. They're nice people. They're not nice people. They've never been nice people. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Marsha. Man, oh man, oh man. Do I define myself liberal? Not on foreign policy, I don't. Not when it comes to communism, I don't. Oh, salut, André. No. All right, let's get rolling. So that's what's happening with Anthropic. Really freaking bad what's happening with Anthropic. Hugely bad what's happening. Thank you, Bonzo. Pentagon. So the other communist thing the Pentagon just did, they're pissed at America's top universities. They're too liberal. Guys, they are destroying our military preparedness. They've destroyed the FBI. They have fired so many senior people at the FBI. Some of the experts weighed in yesterday and said we are no longer prepared. A top CIA guy said, former top CIA guy, thank you, Andre, thank you, Bryce, said, we are no longer prepared for a terrorist attack. That they have fired so many of the top guys at the FBI and the Department of Justice that we are not prepared for a terrorist attack now in this country because they fired so many of the experts. Because Trump went on his rampage of firing everybody who had anything to do, even possibly with any of the investigations of Trump's crimes. They're gone. They're gone, right? And now we've got Anthropic. They're neutering the Pentagon. Guess what else do they do in the Pentagon now? America's top universities are too liberal, so Trump is now banning them from educating our military officers. They just today banned military officers from getting military scholarships to go to. Let me tell you the universities now that they're pretty much banning the U.S. military from going to. Listen to this. Princeton, Columbia, MIT, Brown, Yale. Now, just to be clear here, Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, pretty boy, went to Princeton and Harvard. Army Secretary Driscoll, Yale Law. Navy Secretary Phelan, Harvard Business School. They all went there. But MIT? We don't want our military officers going to MIT? MIT is too woke? Guys, that's what I'm saying. They want to use the word communism. This is literally what happens in those governments. This is literally what happened in the Soviet Union, in China, in those Eastern European dictatorships. This is not democratic at all, what these guys are doing. But MIT? We don't want our military leaders to go to MIT? My God. I mean, MIT is, I'm sorry, but like MIT is as geeky as it gets, right? The other schools, you're an idiot if you don't want people going to Harvard, Yale, and Columbia and all of that. You're nuts. But MIT, but those schools at least are normal. I love you MITers, but I've met enough of you. MIT is as geeky smart as it gets. Like, you don't want them going there because you just don't want them to get smart. Thank you, Julie. No, I mean, this is what they're doing to our Pentagon, guys. They are making us weaker. They are ensuring that our leaders won't be as trained sufficiently. They're ensuring the technology won't be as good. They're ensuring that the people in our other agencies, Department of Justice, FBI, that are to stop the terrorist attack before it comes, they're getting neutered. And then once the terrorist attack happens and we need to respond with the Pentagon, they're getting neutered. They're destroying our capabilities, as Power Armor just said, across the board. This is something, I mean, if I were Vladimir Putin, I would be sitting back happy and going, thank you. Absolutely thank you for what you're doing. And at the same time, destroying our healthcare, right? Destroying our science. We've now lost scores of scientists that have gone to Europe now. They've just left. They've left. The foreign students left. Foreign students, guess why we like to have foreign students? Because eventually they come back to America. Some of them stay. Some of them stay, others come back, right? We like that. We like that when we get smart people from other countries and we steal them and they come here. Now the smart people from here are leaving. We've lost tons of scientists because we no longer believe in science either, according to this administration. We no longer believe in medicine, according to this administration. You cannot turn your back on facts and expect that your country is going to survive and prosper. You cannot. No, absolutely unbelievable, these people. So another great story, Paramount is going to, the Trump allies, the Ellison family is going to take over CNN. Yeah, that's the next thing, unless Europe intervenes and stops them. This is where I said, you guys need to talk to your politicians in Europe now on all of this. You are the last chance. Netflix was trying to buy Warner Brothers, which owns CNN. Netflix finally pulled out because Paramount, which is owned by Ellison, which is the Trump ally, offered too much money, probably more than it's worth, to buy Warner Brothers and CNN, and they won. They won. So Netflix pulled out, Paramount won. They're getting CNN. They're getting Warner Brothers. They're getting CNN. That means now the Ellison family controls CBS News, one of our top news stations. They're going to control CNN, one of our top news. They're destroying CBS. One of the top news editors, news producers, whatever she was, a news person at CBS who's been there for 40 years, just quit. Thank you, Zonto. Just quit. You get the Trump. I'm pissed, but you still get a Trump wig for that. Now they're going to get CNN. They've got Fox News. They've got the Washington Post through Bezos. Less so at the Washington Post. But he just gutted the Washington Post, fired half the people. They've got Fox News. They've got CBS, CNN. Incredibly dangerous. And it's got to go through the unfair trade practice people, the monopoly people here in America who work for Donald Trump. That's going to go. This is CBS. She quit at CBS, not at CNN. So that's going to happen. In Europe, Europe gets a chance to look at this too. The question is, can Europe stop them? Now, Europe supposedly was more worried about Netflix because of the anti-competitive stuff. I got news for you people. We are in a very dangerous situation if all the media in America is getting bought by the MAGA people and the Trump people, okay? Because things are going to get a lot worse for you if all of American media becomes state-owned media, which is what is happening. CNN is our biggest news network, and it now is going to be MAGA media. And you're going to be the first people who are going to suffer as a result of this. I mean, your regulators are going to have to step in and say no to this. Now, there is a chance that this doesn't happen until the fall. Maybe when Democrats take over the House, thank you, Big Hawk, if we take over the House, maybe we can stop this. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, just incredibly dangerous stuff. Trump said today he's not giving the tariffs back. Remember, Trump took $250 billion in tariffs illegally from all of us? And he said today he's not giving it back. Yeah, he said, nope. Democrats have been demanding Trump return the money. The tariffs were taxes on goods that you and I paid. 90 to 95% of the tariffs got passed along to us as higher costs of goods. Our goods went up for that reason, okay? And the Democrats have been saying, now that the Supreme Court said that these tariffs were illegal, Donald Trump had an illegal tax on all of us. It was illegal, the tax, okay? And Democrats said, give the money back. I mean, literally, he took the money from us illegally. There's no other way of putting it. You paid more at the grocery store because of Donald Trump's illegal tax. And he's saying he's not going to give it back. He even said, the best part was, he said at the end of his tweet, is there no way we can readdress this in the Supreme Court and have them look at it again? He wants them to look at it again. It's literally not the way our court system works in normal America. What else we got? FAA, oh, this is great. This is great. This is great. The military screwed up. Our Pentagon, our proud Pentagon, screwed up entirely. ICE screwed up entirely. Listen to this. The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, prohibited flights in a Texas region near the border with Mexico after the Defense Department accidentally shot down a Border Patrol drone. The Border Patrol people working with ICE had a drone on the border. They didn't tell the Pentagon. They didn't tell the Federal Aviation Administration. So the Pentagon thought the Mexicans were attacking us or some terrorists were attacking us, and they shot down the drone that was run by the Border Patrol because no one told anybody what they were doing. Because the Border Patrol people have drones now, and they don't tell anybody they've got the drones. The other thing was, allegedly, they did use the laser, allegedly. Allegedly, there was a story that the military used some new weapon they've got for shooting down drones, and might have been a laser. But again, they don't coordinate at all with each other. Each one thinks they're the cock of the walk, as the expression goes. They're the big rooster. You know, they're in charge of everything, and this is what they can do. The blind Rohingya man. These stories are not good tonight. There may be some good ones coming later. They're all pretty bad. We live in very dangerous times, folks. I'm very sorry. The blind Rohingya man. So ICE basically killed a blind guy. They arrested some guy who was Rohingya. Detained. They don't arrest because then you get rights. They detained where you get no civil rights. They detained a guy who was Rohingya. Came here legally as a refugee. He's a legal refugee. But he had an accent and was a foreigner. So they arrested him. Detained him. Took him away. He's blind. Took him away. Looked him up and realized, he was telling the truth. He's a legal refugee. So rather than driving him home, they didn't drive him home. Home was 5 miles away. That was too far for the ICE guys. They didn't drive him home. They drove him to a Tim Hortons restaurant. Tim Hortons is like a Denny's, but Canadian Denny's is the best way I'll call it. Tim Hortons restaurant, and left him there. In Buffalo, New York. Buffalo is as cold as it gets in America. Oh, but it gets better. It was at night and the Tim Hortons was closed. Everything was closed. They dumped the blind guy in a parking lot in freezing weather in Buffalo, New York. And guess what? He died. Yeah. Last night, Homeland Security, you're all, big tweet, you're all lying. my favorite parts of the tweet. 1, we had no idea he had any kind of disability. He was blind. Like, are you blind? How did you not know? He didn't have any obvious disabilities. He was blind. Okay. Second of all, I'm going to quote this exactly. They claimed we left him in a, quote, warm, safe location. They left him in a warm, safe location. They left him in the middle of a parking lot at night in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, like I said, I can't tell you guys how freaking cold Buffalo is. Buffalo is famous for cold, and it's famous for getting 3 feet of snow at a time. It's like Canada. It's right across from Canada. It's so freaking cold. And he went blind. Not he went blind, he died. I mean, he was blind, he died. But they literally claimed last night, we left him in a warm, safe location. They dumped him in a parking lot. Yeah, this is our government. This is our government. You're from Buffalo? Do you know when did it happen? How cold was it? What I did not see was the date it happened and how cold it was. I mean, did anybody see like what date this happened and how cold it was? That's what I don't know. Because I'd like to know, like, that week, was it warmer? Was it cold? I'm sure it probably wasn't ever warm in Buffalo. It was about 20 degrees. 20 degrees is cold. Well, the thing is, it depends when it happened, though. It depends when it happened. Yeah. Anyway, horrific. Another bad story. So remember we reported the other day that some activists who claim to be working with the White House have a plan for Trump to declare a national emergency. They've got a draft executive order. Trump keeps signing these executive orders because he doesn't want to go through Congress. An order for Trump to issue declaring a national emergency for the elections. The draft that these activists are proposing that allegedly the White House is working with them, they claim. The draft says that it lies and says that China tried to steal our election in 2020. China did not. We know that for a fact. The intelligence agency said China thought about it and then didn't do it. But they claim China stole the election, they claim falsely. And as a result, Trump can't trust the election results this time, so he's declaring a national emergency and is going to take over the elections. And he's going to send Border Patrol, Department of Justice, FBI, all these crazy people in to basically scare the hell out of everybody. They're going to ban mail-in ballots is the goal, which, again, because they want to stop Democrats from winning. They're going to require, according to this executive order, if they do it, they're going to require every single one of us to register to vote anew. Each of us will have to go, again, we'll have to bring a passport or a birth certificate. Good luck with that, because half the country doesn't have, half of Americans do not have passports. Half. It costs $160 or $165 to get a passport. It is not a small thing. Maybe to some of you and me, I can afford $165. A lot of people cannot. By the way, if you're a married couple, that's $330. $330 that you're going to have to pay as a family for the two of you to be able to vote. Okay? I mean, if you got kids that are 18, now you're paying for your kid as well. Okay? Well, we found out today who's working on it. Mike Lindell and Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was Trump's national security advisor who got into trouble because of this weird shit with the Russians, and he had to resign. He's insane. Mike Lindell is not crazy. Michael Flynn problems. Mike Lindell is the one, if you're in a throuple, Gunther, stop it. If Mike Lindell is the one who's the MyPillow guy who got into trouble for all the election fraud stuff too. These guys are crazy. He's the MyPillow guy. Yep. And again, what we've got to be careful with, these are top people who Donald Trump likes. These are people who had serious jobs. Michael Flynn had serious, top job. He was the national security advisor to the president. And these guys are seriously sharing an executive order that would nationalize our elections and Trump would take them over. And if that happens, like I said, Senator Gallego said if that happens, he's going to get people to shut down the economy, that there's going to be people on the streets literally shutting down our economy. I mean, it's going to, Wall Street needs to wake up to this stuff because it's not going to be pretty if that's what happens. Very scary stuff. Man, but IDs too. Who's got IDs? We talk about this. Married women or married men who change their names, your birth certificate has the wrong name on it. So your birth certificate doesn't help you if you changed your name. If you got a passport, okay. If you don't have a passport, you're screwed. Then you're going to have to pay $165 to get a passport. Oh, guess what else Trump is doing we saw the other day? He's closing down. Up until now, you could go, I'm forgetting what it was, whether it was post offices or UPS or somewhere else. Post offices, I know you could. There was somewhere where you could go to get passports. Trump just shut it down because they want to make it harder for people to get passports. So it was UPS. That's what I thought it was. No, I think it was UPS. I think it wasn't the post office. Libraries? People are saying library. Oh, maybe it was libraries. It wasn't the post office, though. Yeah. Driver's license, no, because in America, most driver's licenses do not show citizenship. Most of them do not. So you can't use the driver's license. Nope. You would have to use a passport or a birth certificate. There's nothing else in America that proves I'm trying to think of it. We don't have anything that proves citizenship. We just don't. Real ID doesn't do that either. No. Real ID simply proves you are who you say you are. It doesn't prove citizenship. Or you are who you said you were. Even if Real ID proved citizenship, it wouldn't matter because it's an old ID. Yeah. No, people don't have birth certificates. I didn't have my birth certificate until my mother died last year or 2 years ago. I never had my birth certificate. It's in the safety. Well, I found out it's in the safety deposit box. No idea. You'd have to order your birth certificate. That's going to cost you money. You could wait months to get it. It's like, okay. Yeah. Insane. Absolutely insane. And if you're a woman and you changed your name, your birth certificate doesn't help you, right? Thank you, Lisette, right? If you're a woman and you changed your name, or man, some men changed their name, did hyphenated names. Your birth certificate isn't going to help you because it's the wrong name. It's the wrong name. Is this a poll tax? Yes, it is. It is a poll tax. The idea of a poll tax is that, I know you apply for passports at the post office. We didn't talk about that. We were talking about UPSs, right? Poll tax is when you charge people to vote. And the idea is poor people can't afford to pay to vote. And only rich people can pay. And who tends to be rich? Republicans. Who tends to be poor? Democrats. Although now the irony is a lot of poorer people voted Republican last time. So who knows how it's going to hit people now? It could be a disaster across the board for people who don't have money. Hillary, oh God. So Hillary was talking about, people are sharing this fake AI photo of Hillary. It blows my mind. People are so, sometimes I think, I'm going to get my passport, move to Europe, because sometimes I think we deserve whatever we get. People on Twitter, on TikTok today, my TikTok video about Hillary testifying about Epstein, she perjured herself. I have proof. Now, first of all, you're going, there's a wonderful political cartoon from COVID. And it's this New Yorker cartoon. And a guy is sitting at his computer and the wife is in the kitchen. Honey, it's dinner. And he goes, honey, wait a minute. I have to tweet this piece of evidence proving all the scientists around the world are wrong. And it was the most beautiful thing, right? This guy who's convinced he's got the piece of evidence that those scientists, they don't know what they're talking about. But fat guy in his living room on his computer, he knows. Well, these guys on TikTok are telling me, oh no, they have proof Hillary lied. And I said, okay, first of all, does it make you wonder why you have proof Hillary lied, but the Republicans have not accused her of lying? Wouldn't you think the Republicans running the hearing would be accusing Hillary of lying? If they, right, on Wednesday, she testified on Wednesday. Either they would have caught her in the hearing and said, you lied, or after the hearing that night, or yesterday, right? But isn't it a little suspicious to you that you, rando on TikTok, have proof she lied, but no one else has it? So they're all sharing this picture, this fake picture of her with Epstein pulling his tie. And it's fake. It's fake. And I looked up, the guy puts it on Instagram. Oh, I'll give him credit for this. Oh, I went to Google's AI and here's what Google's AI said. So I went to Google's AI and I pasted it in and he goes, yeah, I never said that. That picture's fake. But it was great. So I pasted it into his Instagram and he blocked me, of course. But the people are sharing the picture and I go, okay, work with me here. You think that you found a picture of Hillary and Epstein that none of the Republicans in Congress have. None of the Republican media have. Fox News doesn't have it. The members of Congress who are Republican who interviewed her don't have it so that they showed it to her. They didn't have it that evening. They didn't have it the next day. But you found it online and it's real. I said, by the way, did you find it anywhere real? Did you find it anywhere that's like a news source? No, right? Oh, thank you, Nick. You get a screaming goat for that one. But I mean, I think, honestly, people deserve what they get at this point. You know? That you literally think, you've discovered the secret evidence that Hillary lies that nobody knows about. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. You're so vain. I saw her interviewed the other day. Very interesting. Carly Simon about that song. Oh, it's totally AI. Nick, you get a screaming goat or a yodeling pickle. You get to choose. We have yodeling pickle. We have small traditional goat. We have large traditional goat. We have Christmas goat. And we have Halloween goat. So let us know which you get a goat for that gift. I don't know if you knew it, but you do. Oh my God. Pickle. Oh, you love the pickle. All right, we're doing. I will hold the pickle in longer. It does a different thing than it did yesterday. I laughed and it doesn't stop. I like this one because it just like, you think it's going to stop and it just keeps going on and on and on and on. The Spanish one is spam too, guys. Block the Spanish one too. Anyway, oh my God. These people, we're in trouble. But I love that. I found secret evidence. Thank you, Jay. I just love responding because I'm like, you really think you found secret evidence that Hillary... Or my other one was, why aren't Republicans charging her with perjury? And I'm like, well, let's think about that. You think you've got proof that she lied, and the Republicans know it, but for some reason, Republicans in Congress and one of them said they're afraid of Hillary. I said, Republicans in Congress are afraid of Hillary? Republicans in Congress are letting Hillary get away with perjury? Or, work with me here, maybe you're wrong and they did not catch her in a lie, right? But they literally, they rationalize this. I love the rationalization. Oh no, she lied and they knew she lied, but they're afraid to prosecute her for perjury. Oh, sure they are. Sure they are. The whole reason they got her there was to try to prosecute her for perjury. I love that though. These people are just unbelievable. Yes, the pickle related, but he does kind of look like Mr. Potato Head. Actually, you're right. It's a Mr. Potato Head face, though. You're right, because it's a stick-on a pickle. All right, what else do we have? Trump. So Hillary said yesterday, she gave a little public thing at the end of the hearing. These are Republicans who demanded she come and talk to them about Epstein. Republican hearing. The Republicans asked her at the end of the hearing about UFOs and Pizzagate. Now, she's like, UFOs. Why are you asking her about UFOs? And Pizzagate, which is that insane conspiracy theory that ended up getting, remember the gunman took his gun to a pizza parlor here in Washington, D.C. because the theory was, this is part of that child sex crap. The theory was that there's a pizza parlor in D.C. and the basement, there's a secret basement that they keep all the children they've kidnapped, and the children are slaves for Democratic leaders like Hillary Clinton. This is the thing people believe. A Republican congressman asked her about it. Then some lunatic believed it, walked into the pizza parlor, held everybody up at gunshot, brought a gun, held everybody up, and demanded he be led to the children in the basement. And the people were like, dude, they finally walked the guy all over the restaurant to show him there was no basement, and he finally believed it. It's Comet Pizza. Comet Pizza. They finally walked him to show him around, and he saw that there was no basement, and he gave himself up because he was like, okay, you're right. I mean, I'll give the guy credit. He was like a sincere crazy person because he really thought he was saving the children. And once he saw there were no children, he said, okay. But this is what they asked her about? This one's been gone. This is probably 10 years ago. Like, this one's been gone a long time. And they're bringing that one back up. Yeah. Melania Trump is going to be leading a UN Security Council meeting. I mean, Melania Trump is going to be leading a UN Security Council meeting. Okay. You can Google it. I'm not even talking about it. Listen to this exchange between a Fox News host and the Federal Communications Chairman. The FCC regulates the airwaves. This is the MAGA activist who Trump appointed, who has been trying to shut down all of the comedians. He's trying to use the government to regulate our TV comedians. He's that guy. This is the conversation he had today with Fox News host Maria Bartiromo. Maria Bartiromo. Now, it's our 250th anniversary of the country next year, which is very sad because Trump is overseeing it, so it's turning into a big fascist affair. Listen to this from Fox News host. Patriotism is spreading to on-air broadcasts, Mr. Chairman. You announced your Pledge America campaign, encouraging broadcasters to air more pro-America content, such as starting each day with the Star-Spangled Banner or Pledge of Allegiance. He responds, we're in the midst of a great revival. President Trump is truly the political colossus of our time. I kid you not, people. I have to read this again. Fox News host, patriotism is spreading to on-air broadcasts. Mr. Chairman, you announced your Pledge America campaign, encouraging broadcasters to air more pro-America content, such as starting each day with the Star-Spangled Banner. The Star-Spangled Banner is one of our national... We have one national anthem, but we kind of have four. It's our national anthem. Or the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance is the thing we put our hand on our heart and we have to pledge allegiance to the flag. And it's something we used to have to do in school. Today, it's a little weird. But when I was growing up, it was normal, whatever. They want to start, all the TV stations have to start with patriotic America music, or we all have to pledge allegiance to the flag. Does this bother me? Yeah, because I've visited communist countries. How many have you been in? I've been in 2 communist countries. 2? Soviet Union and East Germany? I think I've only been in 2. Yeah, but I've been 2 more than you. And you know what? Communism, bad. Dictatorship, bad. Making TV stations play national anthems, having the government coerce TV stations to play the national anthem, bad. Anytime the government is trying to force you to do, if you want to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, that's really good. When the government tries to force you to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, you ought to get really scared. If you want to pledge allegiance to the flag, you do it. When the government starts to order you to pledge to the flag, then you start getting scared. And that's the difference here. We should not be telling TV stations to play patriotic music because, by the other thing, if you bothered traveling around the world, you would know that this is what happens in North Korea. That's what you would know. This is literally North Korea that does this. We don't do this in America. The other thing is, there is a wonderful Simpsons episode that I can't play because TikTok would be okay. YouTube would freak out. It's an episode where Mr. Burns is running for office. I don't know if he's running for mayor or what he's running for. He's running for office. And they try to get Lisa Simpson. It's the 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, or 3-eyed. It's the 3-eyed fish episode. I think it's called 1 fish, 2 fish or something like that. But it's something like nuclear plants or toxic waste or whatever. And the fish are coming up with 3 eyes or 3 heads or whatever. And they invite Mr. Burns for dinner. And it's a photo op for his campaign. And they tell Lisa, you better be nice to Mr. Burns and help him. Here's the script. So she's sitting there with him at dinner and goes, Mr. Burns, your campaign has the momentum of a runaway train. Why are you so popular? That's her. Oh, Lisa, such a difficult question. But that was literally the quote. I remember the quote. Mr. Burns, your campaign has the momentum of a runaway train. Why are you so popular? And he literally goes, ooh, tough question. I'm now going to read you the Fox News thing after I said that. Patriotism is spreading to on-air broadcast. Mr. Chairman, you announced your Pledge America campaign encouraging broadcasters to air more pro-America content, such as starting each day with a Star-Spangled Banner or Pledge of Allegiance. Listen to what the FC Trump's guy says. We're in the midst of a great revival. President Trump is truly the political colossus of our time. I mean, I don't think there's any good news today, guys. I'm looking at this. There's literally no good news. I'm really sorry. It's all scary stuff tonight. She is. Well, we did a good, again, she's not walking perfectly, but she's walking very well. We went around the block, but we did a long block today, kind of like 2 blocks, which for her is the longest we've done in 2 months. So this is pretty good. Listen to this. Political Europe. The far-right opposition Alternative for Germany, AfD party, this is the neo-fascist party in Germany, that they've had a lot of Nazi problems. The far-right opposition Alternative for Germany party has triggered security fears in Berlin after officially requesting information on vulnerabilities in NATO defenses. This is a pro-Russian political party of extremists, and they've said they want key information on NATO's defenses not working. Thank you, Jens. Glad you're here still. Insight that would be useful to the Kremlin. The AfD, which frequently takes positions favorable to Russia, has developed an interest in last year's Hedgehog 2025 exercise, a major NATO operation in Estonia. Estonia, to defend, which we're very worried about a Russian invasion of Estonia, and the Russians' allies in Germany want to know how the operation went and whether there were any vulnerabilities that the Russians could exploit. Listen to this, in which Ukrainian drone specialists used tactics learned on the battlefield to destroy NATO units in a war game. In a letter obtained by Politico, the AfD defense spokesperson asked the government to brief the defense committee in the country's parliament on the lessons learned from the drill. Quote, what capability gaps were identified, particularly in the areas of counter-drone defense, electronic warfare, command capability, and the protection of mobile forces. He also wanted clarification on which capability gaps still exist and by when they are to be closed. In other words, please tell us every vulnerability you have, what you really suck at, what the Russians excel at, and what date you will be fixing that vulnerability by so the Russians can invade before that date. I mean, terrified. Absolutely terrified. They're in the German government. Spectator, the Spectator publication, intercepted phone calls and messages from senior Russians ridiculing Donald Trump have been shared by the British with the Americans. Quote, we have continually shown them, the Americans, intelligence that shows the Russians are lying, a senior security source revealed. The Russians are privately mocking Trump over his naivete about Putin's intentions. Putin does not want to end the war in Ukraine. So thank God the Brits have been giving this to Trump and going, they're making fun of you. They think they've tricked you. And they say Putin has no interest in ending the war. Oh, God. Here's another one. General Ben Hodges, former American general, big guy, went public to announce that the Russians attacked a train that was carrying him a while back, and the roof exploded. This came amid a nationwide Russian sabotage operation that attacked trains in 5 locations in the Netherlands. European government, and then the person who wrote this said, European governments are doing everything they can to keep these attacks quiet because they don't want to they don't want to have to stand up to the Russians. As we keep talking about, these are acts of war. And the European government, not you guys, but the European governments keep not standing up to the Russians because they don't want to do anything about the act of war. The Russians attacked a senior former American general. Yeah. Oops, I am just adjusting my camera here. Oops, there we go. Oops, Hey God, I'm trying to adjust. It's hard because of the angle. There we go. There we go. I like to lay back when the show is over. Okay, what are you doing here? You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. I won't touch my mic. It works. All right. We got a few minutes to hang out here. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, that was the Ukraine news. There's no other Ukraine news. I just gave you the Ukraine news. I mean, the real Ukraine news now is, no, Neil Sedaka passed away. I didn't know he was still alive. Did not know that. Oh, Jesus, don't break. I dropped my glasses and they break. Stop doing that. I don't want to break more glasses here. Anyway, oh my God. What a crazy-ass bad news day. My God. Bill Clinton, I did not read enough about what happened with Clinton today. I mean, I saw he denied, but to be honest, I like Bill Clinton a lot. But, you know, when Bill Clinton says I had nothing to do with it, I mean, I don't know what to say. You know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. When Hillary says I knew nothing about the guy, I believe her. When Bill says it, I'm like, I just didn't want to get into that. You know, I mean, I like him. He was a great president. He had some issues, but he was a great president. Did an amazing, amazing job as president. I mean, he really did. Again, bad stuff happened. I get it. But he did an amazing job. But I don't really totally believe him. So that I don't, no, let me rephrase this. I don't know what to believe. is the problem. I don't know what to believe. So that I'm kind of like, okay, I just don't know what to believe with him. Whereas with Hillary, totally believe. Hillary's, what you can Google for Hillary is she went on camera afterwards publicly. You can watch that. And she read a 4-page statement that she put public. She put a written statement for the committee and then issued her statement publicly. And you should read it. I read a page of it yesterday. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So definitely check out what Hillary said. It was very good. Very good. Anyway, hello, TikTokers. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. Also hit that like button. We're low today. We're low. 70,000 likes. Let's hit that 100,000. Come on. Still, Bill Clinton. Yeah, honestly, Bill Clinton's thing was so late. I saw his statement. I didn't have time to read it because the show was starting. But having said that, I just don't know. It's hard for me to report on him. I think he's an amazing president. He was a brilliant. I got to meet the guy and have a 2-hour talk with him with some other bloggers. He's a scarily brilliant human being. I'm not thrilled about the Monica stuff and the lying under oath. And the lying under oath thing makes me wonder. I don't know what to believe. Thank you, Chazak. So I don't think he's lying today, but I don't know if he told the truth I just don't know. And I don't want to have to defend that. But he was a great president, but for the bad stuff. And the bad stuff sucked. But man, it was a great presidency. He turned the budget. He inherited a budget deficit of $400 billion. $400 billion, I think it was. And left with a surplus. He literally turned the budget from negative to positive. I mean, amazing what he did. Just amazing. Yeah, Hillary, I like this. Paula says, there's something about Hillary. She seems likable, but I wouldn't upset her. Yeah, I think she had a reputation for being a difficult boss, I think. I told you, I got to meet her once. We had a blogging summit with Democratic members of Congress, and I got to talk to her like alone, one-on-one for 5 minutes. I liked her a lot. Very smart, very personable. I don't think she does well. She does not do well campaigning. I always said this. I remember she did a campaign rally 2016 with Chris Matthews on MSNBC. And it was what do you call it? Like a theater of the round thing. They were sitting on 2 stools in the middle, and there was an audience surrounding them, and they would go and talk to the audience. She was amazing. Zita, you got to meet her? She was amazing. And like talking and going up and talking to them and this interesting back and forth, very smart, very personal. And then I remember Hillary. Listen. Hillary would get on stage and she would talk like this. And I was like, oh my God, a town hall. Thank you, Jeremy. Yep. But she would get on stage for a speech and she would talk like this. And it was bad. And then she would do a town hall and she was amazing. What do you do? It is what it is. Very smart lady. The two of them, I mean, the thing too is he's scary smart. The two of them together, I can't even imagine. I mean, my God. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember Christina. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, you'll find it online, Manana, or not Manana, whoever's asking. You'll find Hillary's statement online. Yeah, just say Hillary's statement, Epstein committee, or whatever, and you'll find it. Well, thank you, Zay. My golly. Yeah, they're marital arguments. Oh my God. True. You can't pull any bullshit on each other. You know what I mean? Neither one can pull any, cute little whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway. It's on her Instagram. You'll find it. Yeah, it's good. And Bill Clinton's will be somewhere public. Bill Clinton's is only two statements. Only 2 pages, so his should be pretty easy to find too. Anyway. So remember tomorrow, guys, we've got our live special show that I do for the paid subscribers. So paid subscribers on TikTok, the monthly SNN people, super fans, join us tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Same thing for Substack, Discord, YouTube. I think Twitch. I do set up the Saturday's Twitch thing should be for pay, I think. We'll find out. But it's the other one. It's the other Aravosis report. The other one. Let the poor people watch. I can't. I've got to give the paid subscribers some benefit. Otherwise, they don't become paid subscribers. This is capitalism. So I set up a Saturday show on purpose because I lose my voice when I do too many shows. I'm back on Twitch, yes. Because now that I'm doing StreamYard again, I can do Twitch. But as I said, I'm using my phone, which I'm not thrilled about because I've got to use the phone, which is using up my phone battery, to do this to try to get better quality. So we're going to see how tonight's episode, actually on TikTok, actually not on TikTok. TikTok is okay because I'm using my iPad. On YouTube, are you seeing the quality any better of the video on YouTube tonight? Just curious. Oh, boy. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I've got my phone plugged into my computer, basically, is how it's working. The oil pipeline, it's very interesting, the oil pipeline. But do you notice it being clearer? Yep. It should be better. The phone's always better. And as I said, Monday I'm going to try the 4K just for fun. But it usually is a better video when I use the phone for whatever reason. Yeah, take a look and see if you can notice it being better. Hungary, yeah, the oil pipeline thing is kind of fascinating. I think Ukraine's playing games, but I'm not opposed to it. Good, thank you, Savage. Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's probably, it should be better. There's an oil pipeline that goes from Russia through Ukraine to, thank you. I can't read thank you, WC. I have a hard time reading your guys' comments sometimes because you're green. And from a distance, it blends in with the background. There's an oil pipeline from Russia that goes through Ukraine to Slovakia and Hungary, two countries that are pro-Russian now. And, part of it, like a pumping station or something got blown up. And now the Ukrainians hit another part of the pipeline in Russia. And, I'm sorry, but the Ukrainians should blow it up. There shouldn't be any Russian pipeline going across Ukraine. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And not to mention, there should be no Russian pipeline working at all. The Trump people did it too. The State Department threatened the Ukrainians for going after some oil-related thing, like in Kazakhstan, some Russian oil-related thing in Kazakhstan. Trump threatened them and told them to stop it. You know what? Too bad. Everything economic is on the firing list, so to speak, the target list for Ukraine. Druzhba, exactly. Druzhba pipeline, which means friendship in Russian, and probably Ukrainian and maybe Hungarian too. Druzhba. Nice Soviet word. The Soviets love that word. I almost wonder if it was built during Soviet times. It's such a Soviet kind of word to use, Oh, interesting. Croatia is negotiating with Slovakia, Hungary, and European Commission on alternating oil supplies. Interesting. Thank you, Manda. Thank you, Fallen. Oh, hey, Fallen. Yashu. Still haven't heard about my citizenship yet. I'm waiting. Perimeno. So we'll see. Anyway. And I know Sally said we're in a never-ending episode of Saturday Night Live or a never-ending episode of Veep. Veep is one of the funniest damn comedy shows out there, but it's on... Actually, what is Veep on? Is it on HBO? Would I leave? I wouldn't call it leaving. Would I move to Europe? Yes. Thank you, Ponzo. There's a very good chance if I'm able to get my citizenship. It is on HBO Max. Oh my God, I'm going to have to watch it. One of you was very generous to give me your access to your Hulu that I didn't know had Max on it. I was like, ooh. Yeah, I am Greek, yes. Veep is absolutely one of the funniest damn shows ever. It's unfortunately what we're living through right now. So, what do you do? Your boss is Greek? Veep, just absolutely hilarious. I know. Well, I may go look at it. You're wonderful. I may go look at Disney too because I was watching a bunch of the Disney stuff, but then I was getting it at one point and then I stopped. I would never renounce. I'm not going to renounce my citizenship. No, don't ever renounce your citizenship. but I'm happy to move to Europe as a dual citizen. Yeah. Yeah. And if they make me pick one, then we'll see. We'll see. My only concern is being single and being older. Like, I worry about being an old man by myself, and at least here I can be near relatives and stuff. I'm not fluent in Greek. My Greek is good. My Greek, I would say my Greek is, my Greek is intermediate. It is not fluent. It is not beginner. But it's not good enough, but it would become good enough. Even after being a couple weeks in Greek, my Greek is much better. My French is super fluent. My Spanish is very fluent. My Italian is fluent enough. So I've got a number of language. I've got options. I'm single, though. I'm single, Octavio, soltero soy. Greek classes tomorrow morning. Yep. I don't know where I'd go in Greece. I don't know. My nephew wants to move to Crete. Don't know. Athens has gotten very nice, you know? Athens has gotten very nice. I don't think I'd go to Thessaloniki. I don't think so. Athens is a possibility. But I like the islands too, you know, although islands could get boring, you know? I mean, I have a friend who bought a house on the islands, and he's gotten kind of bored with it. You know what I mean? Like, it was fun at first, but I think now he feels like he goes, and he's kind of there alone. And it's like, you know. Yeah, Athens, people say, I haven't been to Athens in like 15 years. Thank you, Terry, for the gift. Keep them coming, guys. We all are almost there. You guys made it to 100. Excellent. We're at 98 likes. Thank you, guys, on TikTok. We are going to make it tonight. Yeah, people tell me Athens. I mean, I haven't been in 15 years. They say Athens is amazing now. I mean, I always liked Athens, but even nicer now. No, I think the European Union was very good for Greece in many ways. So, thank you, Nancy, for the schwan. Oh, there we go. We passed 100. Thank you, guys, for the 100,000 likes on TikTok. Oh, whoop. Hello, you. Sasha's looking around. But yeah, we took her on a nice walk today. I got my new bed. Well, I didn't get the new bed yet. I got the new bed frame. Put the old bed on there, waiting for the new bed. But the new bed frame raises the bed a little more than I thought. So it's a little more of a leap for Sasha. I've got her a ramp, but the ramp ends a little early. And I'm like, she's doing okay, but I'm a little nervous. I don't want her to have to struggle. When I get the new mattress, I'm hoping it should be a little shorter. I'm hoping. So we'll see. I know Ghent, the city I know. I thought about it years ago. I really thought about it because, you know, I've been worried. The thing is, it's hard to move. I think even now, stupid stuff like I'm worrying about my plants, you know? And I was like, if I move, what I think I talked to Damien about it today. I said, you know what? If I move to Europe, I think I'm going to go for a year, rent for a year, and which means I have to pay taxes, or figure out the taxes, which will not be fun, but what do you do? But go for a year, see how I like it, and then decide if I'm moving there. Well, Poppy, you may get some. My concern is I want people to get the plants who are green-thumbed people. Thank you for a baby. I don't want the plants going where they're like, some of these are my mom's plants. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm getting rid of them, they've got to go somewhere they're going to live. That's my concern. Like, my Christmas cactuses are very old. She does eat the plant. She's not doing it right now. She does. Funny you say that because she does do that. She might have been trying, but she stopped. Hello, you. Hello. All right. Hi. Goofball. All right. Yeah, because like I've got my Christmas cactuses. I've got some I just got very old specimens. Like one is a cutting from a plant going back to the 50s or the 60s. I've got a beautiful sunset red one that was my brother's godmother's, and we got the cutting from her maybe 30 years ago, and God knows when she got it, and it's gorgeous. That one is very difficult. It grows slowly and it dies, but when it flowers, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I would want my plants, my mom's African violets that are really nice. I just would want them to go, maybe I'll do cuttings. I want them to go to people where, if I move, that they're going to live, you know. Olympia in Greece is amazing, yeah. I went there as a kid. But it's funny, but that's what I think about. I think about my plants. I'm like, oh God, if I move. I mean, and all my stuff, which sucks too, because I've spent a lifetime collecting stuff that means stuff to me. You know, my nephew got me that from Indonesia. This is my my Alaskan whale mouthpiece. This is this really cool Malian structure. This was an old roommate's from 35 years ago. It used to be in the lobby to Citizens Bank in Washington, D.C. Sorry, this is on TikTok. And the bank closed, and she was given this, and it's a fake. It's fake. It's Mexican, but it's fake. It says made in Mexico on the bottom, but it's really cool, and I love it. And that's what sucks is I've got so much stuff I like. And I create memory in pieces. You know what I mean? Or I've Sasha, or my hi, or she's in her bed. She's whining, but she's in her bed looking at me. So that's the thing that's kind of hard. You know, I'd hate to kind of give up all my, not give up, but give away my stuff to my, because, I mean, what do? I'm not going to not live in Europe because I miss my stuff. That would be stupid. I do not like living in DC. That's why I've got to figure out what to do. Yeah, I don't know that it's worth shipping stuff. You know what I mean? I'd have to decide. I don't know. I think if I was planning on staying in Europe, maybe I'd pay a couple $1,000s to ship some stuff. You know what I mean? Like some. The problem is bigger stuff just isn't worth it. Right? Even the baleen, I can't. That's an animal. That's never. They're not going to allow it. It probably wouldn't be allowed to come back. This thing, I probably can't. You know, there's too much stuff like that can break. You know, yeah, I know the problem is they're my memory. I wouldn't give away, but I'd have to like a lot of my memory stuff. I'd have to give to my nephews and stuff, which kind of bums me out. You know. So anyway, we'll see. I'm not going to worry about it yet. They are, but you know, when it comes down to it, it's stuff. I mean, when it comes down to it, if it's a choice between living in Greece or France or Italy and having my stuff in Washington, D.C., I'd rather not have my stuff in Europe. You know? Hey, relax, please. All right. There's no point in a storage locker. What do I do with it? Well, what's the point, right? If it's in a storage locker, I might as well get rid of it, right? I mean, which is true. It's like, there's no point in having it then, you know? Sasha, stop. She's funny because she's whining, but she's sitting in her bed whining at me. She wants me to come over and give her a treat or something, but she's in her bed. So she's not like, she's doing it kind of half-assed, you know? Oh, thank you, Nick. Is that a goat? That's a goat. Which goat? Oh, you again, Nick. Which goat would you like this time? Or pickle. The pickle also has a second kind of yodeling. I had to do yodel 1 where you hold it down. There is a different yodel it does as well. I would, again, we'll see. I'd consider shipping stump stuff, but I don't know if it's worth it in the end. Pickle. Now, which pickle would you like? Should I do the other pickle sound? Because there's a quick hit that does a different sound. I'll do the other sound. Here. I think, yeah, this is the other one. And then he goes out again. Actually, I'll do both. This is the other one when you hold it down. I like that segment because it's so obnoxious. Hey, I know, I hear you, I know. Oh my God. The perils of feeling better. I know. The pickle gets on my nerves, but it's very funny. I bought it for that reason. I bought it because it sounded so funny. You know? Hi, I know. Houses for sale in Sicily. I met somebody in Italy last year. We met an American who she and her sister bought homes in Sicily. And they basically bought, you're able to get citizenship, not citizenship, whatever, residency, whatever it was, by buying a home. The home they bought was, I think she said it was 30,000 euros for the home. 30,000 euros. It's a small Italian town, but it's a very nice town. She said they're close enough they can drive to the big cities. But we were like, she goes, we love it. We go, and they don't stay there full time, but they go back a lot from the States. So, now she wants water. One second. All right, water I will give you. Wasser I give you. Yes, I give you Wasser. Okay. Here. There's your water. All right, you want to do this too? I'll give you the treat now. All right. Boom. All right. we go. All right. I gave her 7:30 treat. I don't think it's going to help, but let's see if it keeps her quiet. Ugh. Would I move back to Chicago? No. I mean, my immediate family is moving. I haven't lived there in 40 years. I mean, I like Chicago. It's too cold. And I'm sorry, but I'm not moving. This is the Canada problem. I'm not moving somewhere more cold. I just can't. I can't. Like I said, I probably would love Montreal, but colder than Chicago. I don't want colder than here. And Paris at least is similar to here. I mean, I could. The thing is, I don't know. I mean, I could retire right now. I always worry about having enough money, so that worries me a little bit. Oh, no, I know 30,000 isn't normal. That's why I said it was amazing that they paid nothing in Sicily. They paid absolutely nothing. Oh, Paul, is it your birthday today? Get out. Is it your birthday? And now I'm scrolling back. No, I'm not going to see it. Is it really your birthday? Oh, well, happy birthday then. Everybody say happy birthday to Paula before we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paula. Happy birthday to you. But yeah, I just don't want to go somewhere colder, But yeah, I worry about having enough money. I do think this is important too. You know what I mean? Like I was looking into it. Like I could see going to Europe, but the problem is I looked at it and like I could keep doing this, but like maybe I was thinking I do a smaller amount. So like I make less because now I'm doing this for a living, right? Like that's, I'm trying to survive doing this. Thus the reason I appreciate your gifts. But if I were to try to make less money, it could be very expensive. Well, it depends. Greece has like a 15-year tax thing. So for 15 years, the tax would be cheap. No, Greece is if I'm retired. I don't think I'd be allowed to work in Greece. I don't know that they'd let me work for the for the cheaper thing. They might not. Italy, France has actually a pretty good deal. All right. We'd have to see. But I could put, what is daft, so to speak? That means something in English. Oops, I'm knocking this off. But also with my dog, I'm not going to move to Europe with my dog still around. When my dog passes away, then I'll consider moving to Europe, But she's too old to go to Europe with me. Oh, Dutch-American Friendship Treaty. Holland, I don't know if, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, there's too many Americans there now in Holland is the problem, of course. I've got a couple of very good friends near Amsterdam. Syndicate is one of them. My friend Bicycle Mark is another one. She's too old. Yeah, she's over 16. You'll go with me. You might be too old. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I want to make sure my dog is not eating things. She keeps going out. Hey, Sasha! Jesus Christ, I can see her. She's just trying to eat all the plants again. She drives me bonkers. I let her out to explore, and every time I look, she's on the ground eating plants. That's all I need. Oh, Netherlands has a favorable tax climate for expats. Actually, France, I found, if you're retired, France is very good. Make sure she's not eating something again. Hey! Sasha! It's enough. And then she walks like, la 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 la, I'm not doing anything. Hi, I saw you eating my plants again. No, like I said, Greece has a wonderful 15-year program for retirement that they only give you like 7% taxes or something. And with the tax treaty with the U.S., it equals out. So it's like having no taxes, pretty much. France is pretty good, if I'm right. France is pretty good, again, retired, because in retirement, I believe they don't tax IRAs, they don't tax Roth IRAs, they don't tax Social Security. Greece does not tax Social Security either, I think, which is great. Brokerage accounts, yes, possibly with France. I can't get a straight answer on that, but that's not so bad. So all of those, Italy, disaster, from what I've heard for taxation, which is too bad because I do love Italy too. Is Sasha getting enough iron? I mean, she's got her food. You know, what do you do? I mean, I buy her good, expensive food for it helps her kidneys. I mean, she loves eating plants. I don't know what it started a few years ago. I know the suspicion is like, are they trying to get what they're missing? Who the hell knows? I mean, oops, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Oops, sorry guys. Axios is reporting the Pentagon has accepted similar conditions as Anthropic to use OpenAI for military use. I don't know what that means, Annie. Sorry, I don't know what that means exactly what you wrote. I mean, what I mean is I know the topic you're talking about, but I'm not sure what you're saying. Hold on. God damn it! Where's my passcode? Hold on here. Let me pull up OpenAI for Google, and then we're going to go because it's getting late. OpenAI. OpenAI was being very supportive. Well, no, we knew Altman was. Oh, Pentagon approves OpenAI safety red lines after dumping Anthropic. What? The Pentagon has agreed to OpenAI's rules for deploying its technology safely in classified settings, though no contract has been signed. That's weird. But they had a similar thing that they had set up. The Pentagon had blasted OpenAI rival Anthropic. Now the department, which does not immediately respond to requests, appears to have accepted OpenAI's similar conditions. What? Wait. OpenAI also does not approve of ChatGPT for mass surveillance and autonomous weapons. The company wants the ability to continuously strengthen its... What? Between the lines, defense officials and President Trump were irate at the idea that Anthropic, a company they perceive as leftist, oh my God, and CEO Dario Amodeo would have any say over how the Pentagon uses technology in its operations. Well, you want to use their technology. They get to say what you're going to do with it. Oh my God. A senior Pentagon official, the problem with Dario is with him, it's ideological. We know who we're dealing with. Oh God. What they're saying, this is a case where it's important to me that we do the right thing, not the easy thing that looks strong but is disingenuous. What? Okay, that's insane. So the Pentagon may have agreed to the same limitations with OpenAI that they didn't agree with Anthropic and Claude. Like, that's just stupid. Either OpenAI is lying or I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't know what's going on. That makes no sense. It's very suspect. Yeah. Or the Pentagon's desperate because they realize they're fucking themselves over, and they're basically taking the losses away. Oh, we've got a better deal with OpenAI, even though it's the exact same deal, right? I mean, that's the deal, you know. Anyway, did they open it? Did they donate to the ballroom? Did they donate to the ballroom? Yep. Oh God, the quote. There was a great quote. Let me read the quote to you. This was a great quote. I think I wrote it down. Oh, here we go. At one point, the Defense Department said last night or today about Anthropic, you have to trust your military to do the right thing. They didn't want any restrictions on the technology because you have to trust your military to do the right thing. And it's like, what are we in grade school? Like kindergarten? You have to trust me. What? This is a business deal. Why the hell should we trust you? It's a business deal. You're not allowed to use our technology to do certain things. And again, guys, let's keep getting back to the main point here on this story. The Pentagon and Trump are throwing a fit because Anthropic's technology, Claude, was not going to allow them to mass spy on American citizens, mass surveil, to surveil all of us across the board, and they weren't going to allow them to set up autonomous war machines that could go to war on their own when they want to, and there's no human being involved. And people should be asking themselves why Donald Trump's Pentagon wants technology that allows them to spy on every single American simultaneously. That's crazy. That's absolutely, the Pentagon shouldn't be spying on anybody. That's not their job, let alone every American. And so far, they've been successful in making the media story, ooh, OpenAI versus Anthropic. Not, why is the Pentagon talking about spying on every American? That's insane. I mean, the war games, the modern war games is bad anyway. The Terminator stuff is scary. Skynet, but this is, I mean, Skynet's a later problem. They're going to blow up the world. The immediate problem is, why are they planning on spying on mass surveillance of American citizens? What the hell is that about? These people, I'm telling you, I said it before that we're a little over a year into this. We're only 13 months into this. There's 4 years of this crap. They're going to keep getting worse and worse. Again, maybe by taking over Congress in the fall, maybe. Democrats have got to take over the House, and if they could take over the Senate, it would make a big difference. It would make a huge difference. But Democrats have got to take over and stop this guy. Man, scary as shit. All right, guys, it's 7:30. I'm going to go. Nice to see you all tomorrow morning. Remember, we've got the hangout at 11 a.m. Eastern Time U.S. for paid monthly folks, for you monthly supporters. TikTok, that's all the SNN people with the SNN next to your name. YouTube, you're green. Substack, you know who you are, the people who pay. And Discord, same thing. That's pretty much, I think that's pretty much it. Well, Twitch there might be as well. Twitch there should be as well. There's some paid subscribers on Twitch. So I'm going to try to stream to all of them simultaneously tomorrow morning. 11 a.m. Eastern. I mean, not try, I will. No try, do. All right, guys. Otherwise, have a good evening. Good night, all. I will see some of you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be back Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern, U.S. All right. Discord, bye-bye. Yeah, Twitch had several tiers. I haven't used it in so long with this, so we'll see. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off with all of you. TikTok, you're next. All of you guys right now, thank you for joining us tonight. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bam, bam.